Good morning. So, today we will be studying some vocabulary related to crime. So, first word is fraud. So, all these things are simple vocabulary, so I am not focusing on that. Fraud, then to commit fraud. See, to do is not the correct word. To commit fraud, otherwise, you can say defraud. The person who does this fraud is known as fraud activity is known as fraudster. Next vocabulary is Ponzi scheme. So what do you mean by Ponzi scheme? Okay, so here it is, the pronunciation is written over here, you can check by yourself also. So a plan for making money that involves encouraging people to invest by offering them a high rate of interest and using their money to pay their investors. So in simple words, it just means that there is a plan, it is a fraud plan. So in order to make money, where they are actually encouraging, it's like small financial organizations will be there, they will be encouraging people to invest money, so that they will be getting high rate of interest. So they will be rotating this money every time. So this is known as Ponzi scheme. So new investors, whatever money collected from the new investors has been used to pay for the earlier investors. So this is known as Ponzi scheme. When there are not enough new investors, people who have recently invested lost their money. So whenever there is no new investors, then people, okay, 1 second. So when there are not enough new investors, people who have recently invested lost their money. So they are losing their money. New investors are losing their money. That is known as Ponzi scheme. So this started from eponym from Charles Ponzi. So after that, who organized the first schemes of this kind in the US in 1990. So based on his name, we got this as Ponzi scheme. Okay, next is con man. Okay, a man who tricks others into giving him money, etc. is known as a man who tricks others into giving him money. So he tricks other people to pay money for him. So that is known as con man. So that trick is known as con. Okay, an act of cheating is known as cheating. An act of cheating somebody is known as con, and the person is known as con man. So the so-called bargain was just a big con, means a big trick. He is a real con artist. Con artist. Con man, con space artist. Who is a con artist? Con artist means who regularly cheats others. So a con artist means who regularly cheat others. Next word is scam. Scam means it's a clever and dishonest plan is known as for making money is known as scam. And insurance scam. So scam, a clever and dishonest plan for making money is known as scam. Example is an insurance scam. Next word is swindler. Swindler means a person who cheats somebody in order to get something. So basically everything is same, only who cheats somebody in order to get something from them. So that is known as swindler. So next word is launder. Launder, okay. To move money that has been obtained illegally into foreign banks accounts or legal businesses, so that it is difficult for people to know where they came from. So launder drug money. Launder drug money means launder money. So from this sentence we will get better idea. Most of the drugs money was laundered. So laundered through Swiss bank accounts. Okay. So laundered through Swiss bank accounts. So it's basically, what does it mean? So it move money which has been, so whatever money they have obtained through illegal activity, in order to make it secure, they will be laundering money. Okay. So the sentence is, most of the drugs money was laundered through Switzerland. Laundered through something. Laundered through dash Swiss accounts. Next word is embezzle. Embezzle means to steal money that you are responsible for or that belongs to your employer. So if you are the person, if you are a bank employee, and if you are stealing that money because they trust you, so that is known as embezzle. Okay. He was found guilty of embezzling $X of public funds. He was found guilty. So it's every time it's found or found, plead guilty, found guilty. Okay, he was found guilty of embezzling X amount or X dollars of public funds. Next noun is embezzlement. So the family is embezzle, embezzlement, embezzler. So embezzlement, the act of stealing money that you are responsible for or that belongs to your employer. She was found guilty of embezzlement. She was found guilty of embezzlement. Now the person is known as embezzler. Next word is misappropriation. Okay. So misappropriation means the act of taking somebody else's money or property for yourself, especially when they have trusted you to take care of it. So suppose if a person had moved to any Gulf country or USA, and the people staying in India, they will be asking to take care of. So they are trusting them so much, so they are handing over their money, properties. So that the act of taking, in that case, act of taking somebody else's money or property for yourself is known as misappropriation. Okay. Now the sentence is, he is accused. See, accused of. He is accused of misappropriation money from the company's pension fund. So it could be money or property. Accused of misappropriating money from the company's pension fund. Next word is racketeering. Racket, you know, racketeering, racketeer. So racketeering. Okay. Racketeering means the activity of making money through dishonest or illegal activity is known as racketeering. He was charged with fraud and racketeering. He So accused of, he is accused of. One word which we studied was accused of. Otherwise we can say he was charged with. So a person who makes money through dishonest or illegal activity is known as racketeer. And that or illegal way is known as racket. So what does exactly racket means? It could be a protection, extortion or drugs. Etc. is considered as racket. So what do you mean by extortion? So next word is extortion. So next word is extortion, which means the act of getting something, especially money, by force or threat. So if they are using money, especially they want the act of getting something, especially for money, they are using force or threat is known as extortion. He was found guilty of obtaining the money by extortion, by threat or force. Money by extortions. She is trying to protect her son from extortion. Okay. Now next is protection racket. What do you mean by protection racket? So here it is again an extortion scheme. So it is considered again as an extortion scheme. The difference is that the organization itself, it's a racket itself, will go and ask money to the business people or someone else like that, and then they will ask them whether they need the protection of that rackets. So if they are not protecting, giving that money, then that person, that particular businessman could be in danger, in forcing himself into threat. Okay. Whereby extortion scheme, whereby a powerful organization, most often a criminal organization or gang. So it could be either criminal organization or gang, individuals or businessmen to pay protection money. So they will be asking to pay protection money which illegally serve to purchase the organization. So the organization will be protecting them. So those who do not buy into the protection plan are often targeted. See, targeted by criminals existing outside of the organization. The crimes are itself thought to originate from the organization. So all these crimes are originating from the organization itself. So that's how they are making the money. When a business refuses to pay for protection, so that is the story that is explained over here. So let me read out it for you. When a business refuses to pay for protection, word is put out that they are outside of the local organization protection, and that the business in question is therefore free game for freelance criminals or organizations. So anyone can go and attack them because they are also outside the protection, right? That is known as protection. So what was the extortion? Okay. So that is the vocabulary, protection, extortion. Next word is tax evasion. Tax evasion means the crime of deliberately not paying all the taxes you should pay. So what is the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance? So the main difference is that, so the tax evasion means deliberately not paying all the taxes that you should pay. So that is known as avoiding everything, tax evasion. Tax avoidance means ways of paying only the smallest amount of tax that you legally have to. So tax evasion difference means completely avoiding is known as tax evasion. Tax avoidance means only paying the smallest amount. So that is known as tax evasion and tax avoidance. Now it's known as, next word is forge. Forge means copy. So to make an illegal copy of something in order to deceive. So make an illegal copy. So an illegal copy of something in order to deceive, in order to cheat. So it could be a forged passport, a forged signature. So two things are there, a forged passport and forged signature. A number of forged works of art have been sold as genuine. So a number of forged works of art have been sold as genuine. So forged works of art. Next is forged documents. It could be anything, forged documents, certificates or passports. Now next word is bribe. So it could be take a bribe, accept a bribe, pay somebody a bribe, offer a bribe. So it could be anything. Take, it could be take, accept, pay somebody or offer. So bribery. She was arrested on bribery charges. On bribery. Arrested on bribery charges. Next is allegations of bribery and corruptions. Allegations of bribery and corruption. Next word is to bribe. Next word is to bribe. To give somebody money or something valuable in order to persuade them to help you, especially by doing something dishonest. That is known as bribe. So bribe something or bribe somebody with something. They bribed the guards with cigarettes. So she was bribed into handing over secret information. Bribed into doing something. Bribed somebody to do something. She bribed him to sign the certificate. She bribed him to sign the certificate. Next word is blackmail. The crime of demanding money from a person by threatening. So you already know what is a blackmailing. So the preposition is to blackmail and the person is known as blackmailer. And next word is cybercrime. So cybercrime means a crime that is committed using the internet. So that is known as cybercrime. For example, by stealing somebody's personal or bank details. So what do you mean by cybercrime? It could be stealing somebody's personal, by stealing somebody's personal or bank details or infecting their computers with a virus. So it could be stealing somebody's personal or bank details, infecting their computer with a virus. So all these things are considered as a cybercrime. So next is a phishing. So what do you mean by phishing? Run a phishing. So let's understand what is phishing first. Phishing means the activity of tricking people by getting them to give their identity, bank account numbers. So phishing means that we do like imagine like phishing. Okay, phishing means they are collecting identity, bank account numbers, then internet by email. Okay, over the internet or by email, and then using this to steal money. So first of all collecting their identity, bank account numbers, and then they steal money from them is known as phishing. So you can say run a phishing and run an email, run an internet scam. So it could be run a phishing, an email, and internet scam. Next is piracy. Piracy means the crime of attacking ships at a sea in order to steal from them. The crime of attacking. So here the difference is that they are attacking, the crime of attacking ships at sea in order to steal from them. So that is known as piracy. So I already discussed one word with you, that is known as forgery. So can you remember what is the difference between forgery and the piracy? So think and answer. So piracy means the crime of attacking ships, that is known as piracy. So forgery means copying documents. The act of making illegal copies of DVDs, computer and programs, etc. All these things are known as DVDs, computer programs, books, in order to sell them. Software piracy, that is known as piracy. Okay. Next word is dox. So what do you mean by dox? So to publish, to dox means publish personal details. So personal details, home address, and the other information about people against their wishes, so they can be identified. So that is known as dox. So they are publishing personal details. So we had studied one word where they are using personal details. So can you think of that word where they are using personal details and then they are collecting personal details and stealing that money? So what is that word vocabulary for that? It's known as phishing. Run a phishing, a phishing email, an internet scam, right? So that word is, if they are collecting bank account details, it's known as phishing. Run a phishing. It could be a run, and it could be run an email and run an internet scam. It could also be run. See, the word is used is run. So the next word is docs. Docs means again they are again using personal details. So and they are publishing, to publish personal details, home address and other information about people against their wishes. So they are publishing that details. So based on the words docs, meaning documents, that's why the spelling is X, not C, S, it's DOX. I have been doxed on a popular forum by one of the moderators, no less. The forum owners doesn't care. So I have been doxed on a popular forum. So doxing, or you can say doxing, spelling difference. The publishing of personal detail is known as doxing. Example sentences: Chen exposed the identity of X, a Reddit moderator, using techniques associated with doxing. It's not boxing, it's doxing, documents. So law updated to tackle, updated. So law needs to be updated. Law updated to tackle online abuse, sexting and doxing. So three things: abuse, sexting and doxing. Next word is virtual mobbing. MOBB. Okay. Inciting. Inciting means urging and persuading people to harass others online. So that is known as virtual mobbing. Virtual mobbing is among the offences included in the guidelines published on Monday. So that is the sentence: inciting, urging and persuading people to harass others online is known as, so urging, that is known as virtual mobbing. Virtual mobbing and doxing may amount to criminal activity. It's may amount to criminal activity. Okay. Next is known as cyberbullying, which means the activity of cybercrime. Difference between cybercrime and cyberbullying. Okay. The cyberbullying means the activity of using messages on social networking sites, emails, text messages, etc. to frighten or upset somebody. So you have to find out, because earlier itself we discussed what is cybercrime. Now we are discussing about cyberbullying. So cyberbullying means the activity of using So what was the cybercrime? Okay. Cybercrime means crime that is committed using the internet. So it means stealing somebody's personal or bank details. So cybercrime means by stealing somebody's personal or bank details, or infecting. It could be even infecting their computers with a virus. Steal somebody's information and then virus. Information and virus is known as cybercrime. Bullying means it's different, right? Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying means the activity of using messages on social network sites, email, text message, etc. to frighten or upset someone. So it could be networking sites, emails, text messages, but to frighten, why they are doing? To frighten or upset somebody. So the school provides guidelines for parents on how to deal with issues such as cyberbullying. The school provides guidelines for parents on how to deal with issues such as cyberbullying. So I will stop for now. Obviously there are a lot of vocabulary related to crime, so I will deal that in a different section, different video. So a short message from Bible, from my prayer experience. So in case if you're finding difficulty in particular matter, sometimes it could be financial struggle, poverty, anything. Every person faces all these things, like job opportunities also, including that, where you are not able to overcome that situation in at any cost. Okay, you're struggling over there. In that case, you can do one thing. It's like, think that problem and you tell, I'm placing the name of Jesus above that problem. So I even do like this. This is my prayer. From my experience, I'm saying all these things. Sometimes there are different questions in our mind where we know that there is no answer for such questions. Just how I am going to clear this examination? Just place the name of Jesus. Since you don't have answer, you can't sometimes pass all examination with your own effort. It's really difficult. So try all these things. So I know this will be definitely helpful for you. So thank you for now.